Bueno, venga. A ver, 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 a ver. A ver, a ver, a ver, a ver, a ver, a ver. Vale, listo. Bueno, vamos a seguir. ¿Qué estaba haciendo? Mientras cenaba y todo esto. He estado subiendo a Clara, ¿vale? Hemos estado subiendo el cono, hemos estado subiendo los rastros, ya lo tengo casi a tope. Lo único, la habilidad básica y la habilidad básica, perdón, y el ataque básico no les he subido porque no les veo la importancia ahora mismo. La verdad, me he subido toda esta rama, ¿vale? Toda esta rama y la ulti y el talento, que sinceramente, para mí esta combinación es ridícula. Pero bueno. Y de artefactos, por cierto, me iba a subir este, ¿vale? Porque me he fijado en que es muy bueno. Probabilidad crítica, ataque porcentual, daño crítico y resistencia a efecto. Así que vamos a ver qué nos toca aquí. Ataque plano, no me gusta mucho, pero vale. Me hubiera gustado más efectos de rotura, pero bueno. ¿Qué se le va a hacer? Vale, vamos a seguir autoañadiendo los estos. Vale, mejora al azar de resistencia a efecto. Cabrón. Ya empezamos, ¿eh? Igual que el Genshin. Vale. Vale, probabilidad de crítico sigue subiendo. Oye, ¿aquí funciona el tema de mantener? No, no funciona el tema de mantener. Fuck. Vale, sigue subiendo la probabilidad crítica. Lo subo a nivel 9. Ataque. Bueno, el daño crítico se va a quedar para los recuerdos, ¿no? Me imagino. Vale, podríamos subir el resto a nivel 9, los artefactos de Clara, dado que va a ser el personaje, yo creo que clave ahora mismo en mis builds, siendo sincero. ¿Cuánto me cuesta subir a nivel 9 con esto? 26, hostia. Hostias, pues es bastante. Es bastante. Defensa porcentual. Malo. Ataque plano también malo. Vale, no me debe. Ya no me quedan muchos, ¿eh? Vale, vamos a subir a nivel 9. Defensa porcentual también mala, pero bueno. Vale, esto lo estoy haciendo básicamente para completarme ya la página también, ¿eh? Que ya va siendo hora. Vale, vamos a ver. Oh, probabilidad crítica, bien. La vida plana es un poco malo, pero bueno. Ah, bueno, no, eso es el ataque plano, entonces nada. Resistencia de efecto se puede aceptar, yo creo. Vale, ahí está. Vale, ya a partir de aquí creo que 2 de estos les puedo poner. Vale, ¿qué me das? Probabilidad crítica, vámonos. Vale, esto fuera, nivel 9. Este está a nivel 9. Me faltan las zapatillas. Que este sí le voy a meter las 26. Hala. Acierto de efecto. Bueno, daño crítico ha subido, así que... Happens. Vale, ya está. Vale. También le puedo subir esto, creo. Pero realmente es innecesario porque es que esto hay que farmearlo más. Y de hecho habrá más opciones, seguramente. Vale. Esto lo tenemos. Recogemos esto. Recogemos esto. Vale, puntos de vida es normal. Ataque total. Defensa, resistencia. Hostia. Daño crítico, probabilidad y ataque porcentual, lo cual está bien. Ataque, defensa y resistencia a efecto. Bueno, las botas son un poco mierda, pero bueno. Abre 100 tesoros. Despeja la etapa de evocación 9. Mejora a 4 personajes a nivel 50. Mejora 4 conos a nivel 50. Uf. Hostia, no estás pidiendo ni nada, compañero. Hasta. Momento de tu tiempo, por casualidad estás familiarizado con la poesía clásica. No hablo así, pero debes estar. La búsqueda de la xenocriatura. A ver, esto entre comillas me viene. ¿Qué coño me da aquí? Esto entre comillas me viene bien porque me da esto. Que me viene bien para finiquitar la compra. Ah, claro, es que he subido al 33. Por esto me ha desbloqueado esto. Pues. Nos falta un nivel. Nos falta un nivel. Nos falta un nivel, así que vamos a hacer esto en un momento. Que no cuesta nada. Y así chequeo un momento cuánto me queda aquí. Que no me lo he chequeado.
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog. We'll be safe here.
Me quedan 60, 80, 100. 100 me quedan. Aquí me quedan 100 solo. 100 y me olvido, literalmente, de las monedas de aquí. Vamos a hacer esto, que ya digo, suelen ser una chorrada. No sé qué personaje de segundas voy a subir, por cierto. Venga, a Leo. Coño. Vale, por fin. Joder, que no me dejaba no me dejaba ir a la zona. Venga, a ver. No tengo ya cajones ni nada por aquí, ¿verdad? No, esto ya lo destruí, si mal no me equivoco. Ah, pues mira, chicos. El de afuera. No, de frente. No, me pasó. Ay, no, es en el piso de arriba. Me cago en... Esto está más mal indicado. Sí. Vamos a ver. Vaya hostia, la acabo de calzar tú. Bueno. Fácil. Claro, hay que ir al piso de arriba. Me cago en la madre. Como esta zona tiene varias plantas, pues al final me acabo tirando siempre. Aquí. Venga, vamos, go, go. Vamos. Vale. Estoy que ir saltando los calcetines que me están agobiando. No sé por qué. Vale, por aquí hay algo. Coño, y este. Hostia. La hostia que me tenés. ¡Hala! Golpe crítico de 900. Y no está subido, tú. Y no está subido el ataque básico. Así que ahí está la gracia, que no está subido el ataque básico. Venga, vamos. Venga, a ver si podemos hacer esto rápido. Vamos, vamos. Vamos. Investiga las pistas. Me falta una pista. Ah, vale. Joder. Me da a mí que va a ser abajo, ¿verdad? Bien. Vamos, yo veo esto y pienso que es abajo. Enemigo. Mira, el hijo de puta, ahí gacha.
Take caution.
Who will it be?
Nap time.
Annihilate.
Ah, a tomar por culo.
Mr. Sparrow!
A ver la hostia que pega. 3000 de hostia.
I'm okay.
Fighting is meaningless.
That'll take
Un
more than
momento.
medicine.
Cuenta que tenía ahí los pantalones. Que me han llamado al móvil, pero como el móvil se pone en silencio a partir de las 9 de la noche, pues claro, como que no ha sonado.
Eliminating threat.
¡Hala! Apañado, venga. Joder, 3000 y pico de crítico, mete. El puto esbarro con el counter. No me jodas tú. Ah, debate otra vez. Vale. Venga. Venga. Vale. ¿Ahora para dónde? Ahora para arriba. Ah, bueno. Esto no cable. Y encima esto no tiene teleport. Por aquí. Venga, a ver. Madre mía, al final nos recorremos toda la base. Con la tontería. Coño. Esto es muy raro. Ya decía yo.
Time to get vigilant.
The truth of life in this sanctuary is but a vision.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
I need to be brave.
Hide. Stay back, Clara.
Who will it be?
¡Hala! Toma rotura.
Naughty child.
Annihilate.
I want to protect everyone too.
Madre mía, el subidón que acaba de pegar, claro.
Mission command.
I have no interest in conflict.
Nap time.
I'm not afraid of you.
Hide.
El subidón que ha pegado, claro, el daño. Oh. Es que 3300, tío. Vete a tomar por culo, colega. ¿Por qué se ha transformado de repente en ella? ¡Hala! Ya está. Venga, a ver.
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog. We'll be safe here.
Sí, de recapote. Hombre, por fin tiene lo que se merece este tío. Y el perro. Hasta parece que no, pero se entera de todo lo que pasa en la nave, ¿eh? Perro. Pepi. A ver. Vale, pues vamos a ver qué podemos coger de los escudos y ya estaría, yo creo. Realmente tampoco podemos decir mucho. Vale, me he pasado, ¿verdad? Sí, es abajo. Es por aquí. Aquí. $50. Puedo cogerme esto y ya librarme de ello. Y ya solamente me quedan estos que serían 60, o sea, 50 más. Básicamente, una misión más. Por dejarlo así claro. Vale, a ver. ¿Qué tenemos aquí? Ah, la recompensa de nivel. Venga. ¿Por qué no? Otra vez, tú, deprimido.
Wrapped in biting wind, hearts will never bleed. Frozen and banished out of greed. In their restless dreams, they try so hard to breathe. Pulses flutter and sting within this bleakness.
Mm. Pobrecillo, el pom pom. O sea, tiene misiones que cuando vienes aquí son randoms, por así decirlo, ¿no? Aunque no entiendo muy bien la función, pero bueno. ¿Ves? Ahora ya está. Apañado. Y nivel 34 nos darían esto. 35. Mira, en 35 tenemos tiradita. Es lo bueno. Venga, a ver. ¿Qué me han dado, por cierto? Me han dado este. Defensa porcentual, ataque plano, ataque porcentual y acierto de efecto. Discutible. ¿Cuánto menos? Coño. Mira quién está aquí.
Maybe if I change Pepe's diet, he won't shed so much. No, I wouldn't bring Pepe without letting you guys know first. You have a lot on your plate. I wouldn't want you to worry about having to take care of him. I knew there were no pets on the express, but I saw signs of shedding. That's when I realized that, maybe the conductor was having the same problem. After
No
I
sé si
told
tiene pelo.
Pom-Pom
Tiene
about
pelo.
Pepe's
Poppy.
they
O sea,
shared
pom
some
pom.
cooking tips that should help solve the problem. I'll start him on the new diet when I get back. Hope he isn't too picky.
Vale, esta no me ha dado varias como me las dio hasta. Vale, pues ya los que me queda sí o sí es esta. Vamos a poner a por esta, venga. Vale, esta misión es de Natasha.
Don't worry,
Mira,
Mr.
a
Frog.
Hawk está aquí porque tiene
We'll be
misión
safe
también.
here.
Uy, esta que rara, ¿no?
You came at a good time. There is something you can help me with. According to my patient records, there are a few that haven't come for their follow-up visits. It happens from time to time, but never as regularly as this. Have you heard of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society?
What? O sea, what? O sea, toca te lo el nombre.
I agree. Generally speaking, mutual aid societies like these allow patients to share their experiences and support each other. It's a way of countering all the negative emotional effects of being ill. But there might be more to this society than that. I've got a few patients who have started refusing treatment since joining the society. It certainly makes you wonder. And the most suspicious part is that no matter how much I ask, no one's ever willing to tell me anything about it. And that's where you might be able to help. It sounds dangerous, but what I want you to do is actually very simple. Investigate this so-called mutual aid society and find out what exactly they're up to.
Oh, vale.
If
Ahora,
I find
otra
out
vez de
they're
incógnito.
preventing me from doing my job, or if they're bringing harm to my patients, I won't just sit on the sidelines. Can I entrust you with this task? This little clinic has huge numbers of patients to deal with every day. If I didn't have you here to help me out, I wouldn't be able to focus on giving them quality care. Good luck. I'll be sure to thank you properly when you're back.
Vale, pues venga, vamos a ver. Vamos. A ver, es raro, ¿no? Que se cree una asociación para eso.
You. I've seen you in the clinic. You run errands for Natasha, right?
En plan, de incógnito falló tan rápido.
Your cover? What are you talking about? Let me guess. Natasha wants you to persuade me to go back for a follow-up visit, right? What's the use? I'm terminal. Life will be over before I know it.
LOL. Toma optimismo, tú.
Of course not. I read it in a book. Every book I read has descriptions that match my symptoms exactly. I can diagnose myself with a dozen incurable diseases before I get halfway through.
Automedicación. No lo hagáis. O sea, no lo hagáis. Nunca sale bien.
A follow-up visit is just a waste of time and money. Not to mention medicine. What else is there to say? Natasha was seeing me free of charge. She said I could keep a tab running for as long as I liked, then pay it back when I had the opportunity. I guess I'm too... You think I need you to tell me? Don't try and persuade me. I've already thought this through. Dr. Vash never charged me anything either. Natasha's great, but Vash was always my number one. Natasha's brother? They both used to practice medicine back in Rivertown.
A tomar por culo. ¿El hermano?
I
¿En
heard he
serio?
was a top student from the Overworld Medical Academy. Bellabog's main hospital wanted him. I have no idea what convinced him to set up down here. A kind heart, maybe. What do you mean? Dr. Vash was a people's doctor. He handed out free medicine. He even followed up with detailed questions
Ya,
on how
¿y
he
cómo
felt.
paga los medicamentos gratis? O sea, es en plan de
The
nadie lo ha
underworld is
pensado.
always short on medical resources. They say that Dr. Vash made all his own medicine himself. You think I don't want to? I heard that he passed away. I should keep my voice down. Don't go telling anyone else about this next bit. I heard that Natasha had something to do with Dr. Vash's death. They say she was jealous that her brother had stolen
Ala.
her patients, so she... It's just something people were saying. I don't think Dr. Natasha could do something like that. Forget I said anything. Since Dr. Natasha sent you over specially, I'll do her a favor. I'll go to the clinic for my follow-up a little later. Bye for now.
Bueno, objetivo medio
Avoiding
cumplido.
a follow-up visit due to money issues. I should find another patient to talk to.
What was that? Oh, you'll have to be louder. My ears aren't what they used to be. Ah! A follow-up visit. Is that what you're asking about? Natasha's a wonderful girl. She always gives me a thorough checkup.
¿Pero qué? Coño, era automático, loco.
But at this age, it's rather a lot to bear. Even if they could cure me. I'm sure I wouldn't be around for long. I don't want to waste anyone's time.
¡Hala, la vieja! ¡Madre mía!
Not for youngsters like yourself. When you get to my time of life, good health is a bit of a luxury, I'm afraid. My husband had the same illness as me, but he never touched the medicine. He wanted to make sure I had enough. Then, one day, he said he needed to take care of some things at the mine. He never came back. He was forever saying he wanted to go before I did. Ah, selfish old fool. I miss him. Now that he's gone, who cares how long I stick around?
Ah, él sí.
Do you think so? Wouldn't he want me to hurry up and join him? Kids today. Don't give up easily. Okay,
Obvio.
you win. It's off for another follow-up visit with Dr. Natasha, I suppose. Did you want to say something else? My ears are terrible. Virtual who? All right, I heard you. Do you have to shout? No, I've never heard of any mutual aid society.
Qué raro.
Avoiding a follow-up visit because of her husband. I should find another patient to talk to.
Venga, el último me imagino, ¿no?
Why haven't I gone for my follow-up visit? Are you a patient too, or did Dr. Natasha send you over? Who else would care about people like me? I don't need Dr. Natasha's help now. Tell her to save her worries and medicine for other people. Huh. So you had a dispute with her. She's the only kind-hearted doctor in the underworld. I just don't really approve of her methods, that's all. Too idealistic, and no real efficacy. She tries to save everyone, which means she can't save anyone. In the end, it's the patients who suffer, and she just tires herself out. Miners like me don't have time for lengthy treatments. If I can't take something and get right back to work, I may as well lie down and wait for death to come knocking. Did you, know Dr. Vash? He's one to medicine.
Volvemos al hermano.
And the results are immediate. You just need to be willing to take a little risk. Dr. Vash's medicine is different. Lots of people make a full recovery after taking it, but some get worse. And the unlucky ones...
Joder, no parece una medicina muy estable, que se diga, ¿no?
Even knowing the risk, most people fight tooth and nail to get hold of the medicine. You know why? You're smarter than you look. When life forces you to the edge, you'll throw yourself at any opportunity, even if it means risking it all. For people like us, a slow and torturous treatment is the same as a death sentence. If it's between that and a quick result, we'll take the latter. Forget it. Why am I telling you all this? Dr. Vash is dead anyway. What? Now you're interested in the wonder medicine? Listen up. The Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society is still selling that medicine. I can tell you where they trade, but there's a rule. You must not tell any of this to Dr. Natasha. You hear? If you break the rule, you'll face the consequences. Here, take this. It's the address. A final warning. Do not reveal this information to Natasha.
I know where to find the wonder medicine. What should I do next? That patient didn't want me to tell Natasha about this. Should I listen to him?
Yo iría a inspeccionar primero y luego se lo diría a Natasha. Obvio. Vamos, creo que es lo más lógico. No, este es por... Ah, aquí. Hostia, qué
Hey,
escondrijo.
where do you think you're going? Medicine. Oh, you mean Dr. Vash's wonder medicine, right? You're the same as everyone else that comes through here. If you want medicine, you don't need to go any further. You talk to me. And we only take cash. This ain't a charity. The Mutual Aid Society sets the price. It might be different from Dr. Vash and his handouts, but it's a darn sight cheaper than that clinic woman's medicine. Well, are you buying or not? Spit it out. I don't have time. Wait a minute. Your clothes. Are you friends with that doctor woman? I've seen you at the clinic before. I know. Get lost. Now. If you're a friend of that woman, then you're not welcome here. Shop's closed today. No customers.
Wait. What about our medicine? We've been waiting for ages.
Get lost, all of you. Save your breath and come back some other time.
That medicine seller sure closed up shop in a hurry.
Pero,
I
what?
should head back and
¿Esa
report
tía
to
estaba aquí
Natasha.
antes? O sea, ¿ese bicho estaba aquí antes? No me suena a mí. Bueno, venga, vámonos. ¿La hemos cagado a lo mejor viniendo nosotros? Tal vez, ¿no?
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog. We'll be safe here.
Tenemos problemas.
So the Mutual Aid Society found Vash's research results. And now they're selling this so-called wonder medicine to patients? Any organization doing something like this is interested in more than just mutual aid. I'm not surprised. They'll know that I'm completely against them using this wonder medicine. What Vash left behind is nothing more than reagents and experimental byproducts. The word medicine doesn't apply here. I warned the patients countless times, but seems like they had their heads in the sand all along. No wonder they kept the Mutual Aid Society a secret from me. I'm guessing the patients you met weren't exactly singing my praises, which is why you tracked the dealer down and made inquiries first. I don't blame you. After everything you heard, I'm grateful you came back to find me. Your trust is important to me. If you're curious about Vash's wonder medicine, you should ask some of the patients in the clinic. See what they have to say about the effects.
Nada, venga.
Some people say that Dr. Vash was a saint who came from the overworld to help those in need. I don't buy it. People's doctor. That's just what people who've bought into the myth like to say. Vash used to distribute free medicine all the time, but he couldn't
No le
have cared
importaba
less
quién la
about the
tomara.
people taking the medicine. The hard truth is that we were just his test subjects. It didn't matter if the medicine worked or not. What mattered was having a constant stream of willing
Triste realidad,
lab
tal vez.
rats. Of course, I can't control what anyone else thinks. That's just how I see it.
Una historia bastante verdadera.
The medicine Vash left behind? That stuff... Can you even call it medicine? I know Dr. Natasha's here, but I have to tell it like it is. Vash had zero medical ethics. He didn't deserve the title doctor. He may have had the capability, but he didn't use it to help anyone. Whenever I went to see him, he never even asked about my illness. He just prescribed me his so-called wonder medicine. If it were you, would you have taken that medicine?
Es sospechoso. Cuanto menos.
I still haven't worked out how to convey it to you. The issues surrounding Vash. My relationship with him. I'm guessing you've heard a lot of different opinions on Vash. What do you make of him?
Era un doctor poco ético, es difícil dar una opinión, tenía doble personalidad. Tenía doble personalidad.
I see. I can understand that. I want you to go and visit another patient, a victim of the Wonder Medicine. I want you to see the real consequences of abusing that medicine. Once you've understood her situation, come back and tell me what you think. After that, I want to ask for your help again.
Que me ocupe de las medicinas. Vamos, el favor está más que claro. Ah, mira, está aquí.
Who are you? Who? And who am I?
Ay, madre.
Where's my husband? And where's my child? Where are they? You know where they are?
¿Alucinaciones o pérdida de memoria total?
You don't know. They don't know.
Alucinaciones.
Nobody knows. Where? Where did they go?
Come over here, child. It's best to leave that poor lady in peace. Let me explain. That poor lady. Both her husband and child became ill and passed. Yes, before her family passed away, she was a carefree young woman. Her husband and child caught a mysterious illness. The symptoms weren't grave, but their livelihood was certainly impacted. In order to try and rid themselves of the ailment once and for all, they bought some kind of wonder medicine.
Hizo el efecto contrario, básicamente empeoró la enfermedad.
So rapidly after they began using it, the two began to suffer.
Muertos en vida.
Such that death became a blessing. From that moment on, she became as you see her now. If Dr. And yet, what more could have been done? They were warned about the medicine. They were told about the risks. And they chose to roll the dice. Talking about it tires me out. At least my husband and I are able to help her where we can. I just hope that one day she can lead a normal life.
Bueno, con Natasha. Hostia, dura hostia de realidad, la verdad. Bueno, al menos el juego está siendo algo más realista que en Genshin. En Genshin, la verdad, al principio el juego era como muy idealista, muy perfección todo, etcétera. Aquí la hostia te la están dando de primeras.
Did you speak to her?
Sí.
By the look on your face, I'm assuming you've come to understand the Wonder Medicine all too well.
Eran pruebas.
Yeah. Be it Vash or the Mutual Aid Society, forces like that can take full advantage of the typical underworld state of mind. Let me tell you a story. There was once a brilliant overworld doctor with unmatched pharmaceutical skill. The doctor was set on developing a medicine that would steel the human body against the cold. He named his research project Blizzard Immunity. But his research met with obstruction time and time again, the biggest factor being a lack of test subjects. Tampering with the human immune system carries huge risk, and nobody in the overworld was willing to submit themselves to such experiments.
Obviamente.
As such, the doctor got in touch with his sister in the underworld, claiming that he wanted to support the medical effort below ground.
Bastante ruin e hijo de puta, por su parte.
Naturally, his sister was overjoyed. After all, as far as medicine was concerned, her brother had always been the standard she'd strived to attain. She brought her brother underground and entrusted him with her clinic and laboratory. I think you know what comes next. Issuing free medicine to the needy was just Vash's way of conducting experiments on his test subjects. On some level, his reagents were able to alleviate the patient's suffering, but nothing more. They would forget their pain for a while and neglect their regular treatment plans. The result? Patients with mild illness would attribute their recovery to the so-called wonder medicine, while patients with serious illness would quickly deteriorate, and sometimes die. I cannot accept that their fate was simply the result of misfortune or risk. No true doctor would accept that. That's why I want you to help me recover all the wonder medicine. Are you willing to take on this assignment?
Yes.
Thank you. This will be hard for the people that have come to rely on the wonder medicine. But it's up to us to remove this false hope. You mustn't hesitate. Recover every last reagent that Vash left behind. I'll take responsibility for the consequences. Don't worry about that. Go. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Nos vamos a encontrar con un dilema donde vamos a tener que dar la medicina a alguien. Vamos, lo tengo más claro que el agua. O sea, lo tengo yo más claro que el agua. Otra vez me he equivocado de camino, me cago en leche que parir. O sea, nos vamos a encontrar con un dilema. A ver, panda de idiotas.
Stop right there. No one's allowed. Oh, playing the hero, Wait a minute, you're that clinic woman's lackey, aren't you? Did you think the mutual... She's after our medicine and sent you here to smash the place. Men, look lively and send this idiot packing already.
Hala, a tomar por culo.
Who invited you? Everything is worth stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
Fighting is meaningless.
Time for a shot.
A ver, coño.
Annihilate.
I want to protect everyone too, Mr. Sora.
Bye.
I hope I helped.
Well, look who we have here. Your reputation precedes you, outsider. I didn't take you for a bandit and a thief. You listen here. I'm the president of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society. The medicine we hold here is lifeblood for many of our members. Are you sure? Those poor patients. Along comes a life-saving wonder medicine only to be snatched away by a shameless bandit like you.
Bueno, así como lo bajan
The
de, ¿no?
world is full of sickness. What would happen if we left it all to that clinic to treat? My mutual aid society has relieved that doctor of patients at the end of the road. Shouldn't... Seems like you are quite bent on dismantling our line. Seeing as you came all this way, it'd be rude not to give you the opportunity. Men, seize the medicine thief.
¿En serio? ¿Otra pelea? Bueno, pues los mismos.
Who will it be?
I've no interest in conflict.
That'll take more than medicine. Nap time.
The truth of life and death. Reveal the sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Target threat index lowered. Hide.
Hala, robots fuera.
Are you all right? Take that, Clara.
Hala, apañado.
Blast it! What did we ever do to you? Why are you taking away our moneymaker?
Negocios, ya no estamos hablando. Ya no estamos hablando de pacientes,
Then. You're not in this to save lives, you're in it to get rich.
What are you doing here? Oh, as if we didn't have enough trouble already.
Selling fake medicine with false kindness. You should have expected trouble to find you sooner or later. I have a responsibility to protect the well-being of my patients. Or to put it another way, I must eradicate any and all threats to them.
You can't save everyone. The underworld is teeming with sickness. How could you possibly pull it off?
You're right. I can't save everyone alone. But if I must, I would sacrifice food and sleep to treat them. The debt that Vash owes to the underworld rests with me. All I can do is help everyone to the best of my ability. To the very end.
So stubborn. In that sense, you're no different from your crazy brother.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Your actions today have saved many underworld families. I'll find a way to dispose of Vash's leftover reagents. Next time the Mutual Aid Society wants to whip up a quack cure, they'll be out of luck. Let's go back to town. I still owe those patients an explanation.
Y ya está.
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog.
Con esto me imagino que ya tendremos a Natasha en el vagón.
Uh-oh. It looks like the patients have surrounded Natasha. Let's hear what they're saying.
What are you saying, Doctor? The wonder medicine is out of supply?
Correct. That medicine is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wildfire has cut off the supply chain. Your ailments need rational, scientific treatment. Relying on pseudo-medicines will only worsen your condition.
Rational and scientific, huh? The way I see it, you're just jealous you lost your patients.
Oh, how dare you speak to Dr. Natasha like that? Where are your manners?
Ma'am, please think for a moment. How can you still be siding with her? That wonder medicine was working fine for us, and now it's gone because she wants it to be? How can she?
No dice eso exactamente lo que pone en los subtítulos, pero bueno.
Doctor, I ask you to trust my judgment. I will find a way to access more medical resources and help you through your struggles. If I must, I'll get help from the surface.
The surface? I almost forgot that you were an overworld big shot.
Have some respect for Dr. Natasha.
If it's respect she wants, she better find a replacement for the wonder medicine fast. If not, I'll tell everyone about how she set up Dr. Vash. I'm out of here.
Joder con el paciente sospechoso. Perdón. Que te tengas que comer las dos líneas del principio siempre. Bueno.
Oh, you're here. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. If I were in his shoes, I might well have had the same reaction. Now I need to focus on treating the patients and dispelling their doubts. Let's leave it for now. I'll feel a lot better once I've gotten rid of this mess that Vash left us. Now's as good a time as any to tell you Vash's whole story. If there's anything you want to know, don't hesitate to ask. No, but I used to think we were so close that we may as well have been. I, actually grew up in the orphanage. It wasn't until I was adopted by an overworld family that life changed for me. My adoptive mother always saw me as her own flesh and blood. And Vash loved me like a sister.
Cuando era
We were
niña.
still young. My adoptive parents belonged to a prominent medical family. As kids, we were exposed to all kinds of medical texts. When we were older, both of us got straight into Belobog's medical school. We were on a path into the medical profession. He was gentle and introverted. But when it came to work, he could be absurdly obsessive. Like a completely different person. Whenever I made a mistake in an experiment, he'd bite my head off. And then a while later, he'd apologize and comfort me. He was conflicted.
Hay gente así, ¿eh? Hay gente mucha que es así. O sea, que en el curro es increíblemente dura, pero que luego es buena. O sea, es un cachopán. Es un cachopán, pero luego, pero lo que es en el curro, o sea, es una pesadilla estar con ellos.
I didn't know he had leftover reagents in Rivet Town. I was shocked when you told me. If you fail to make a clean break with the past creeps up on you. That's a long story. Ever since he was little, Vash had always wanted to develop a medicine called
Inmunidad a la
blizzard
ventisca.
immunity. He saw the human body's vulnerability to cold as a disease, and wanted to cure it so that humanity could survive the eternal freeze. If he succeeded, people would be able to leave Belobog and rebuild their homes in the snow plains.
Hostia, noble era un rato.
I do admire his vision and perseverance, even though blizzard immunity always seemed unachievable to me. I knew his research in the overworld wasn't going well. I used to write to him and ask him to come down and stay with the kids in the orphanage for a while. I thought it might help take his mind off his research, but I was too young to know what long-term frustration could do to a person. It changed him in a terrible way. During his stay in the underworld, he met patients affected by fragmentum corrosion with mild symptoms. Compared with non-patients, their bodies reacted differently to hot and cold. And that fascinated Vash. He began to simulate mild fragmentum corrosion, thinking that it could lead to breakthroughs in developing blizzard immunity. Those reagents of his aren't cure-alls for critical illness. That doesn't exist. Vash made the reagents to mitigate the suffering of his patients in the short term. A convenient way for him to observe changes in his test subjects. But behind my back, he had been doling out the reagents to residents who were kept in the dark. When it finally struck me that something was wrong, his terrible research had already turned him into a madman.
Perdió su último piso de humanidad.
Indeed. And it all happened under my nose. How ridiculous. My judgment was clouded by trust in a loved one. When his experiments were exposed, I spent a long time with Oleg discussing how to handle the aftermath. This was shortly before the underworld was sealed off. There were hardly any Silvermane guards remaining. We spent ages trying to find a way to handle Vash. In the end, Oleg suggested that we banish him and permanently deny him access to the underworld. Had his victims found out the truth, Vash would have been torn to pieces by furious underworlders. I was young and weak at the time. Oleg must have worried about how I'd react to such a scenario, or... I hope so. The day I learned the truth was the day I no longer recognized my brother.
Yeah, the more
Oleg and I took Vash to the overworld. He made his final request to us. To take him outside the city to the snow plains he'd always wanted to conquer. His figure gradually disappeared into the snow curtain. I've been telling myself that Vash is dead ever since. Forgive me. I'm not good at telling stories. Vash was a terrible brother and a worse doctor. That's all you need to know.
Joder, a buenas horas haces
Let's
un
call it a
resumen.
day. Thank you for cleaning up the mess my
O sea,
brother left
a
behind.
buenas horas haces un resumen cuando ya me has
Here,
contado toda la historia.
For
Es en
your
plan de,
trouble.
vale. O sea, es que eso ya lo sabíamos. Cojones. Lo de que era así ya lo sabíamos. Vale, Natasha. Oiga, vamos a ver que acabo de terminar tu misión. Déjame en paz, ¿no? O sea, estoy literalmente afuera. Hostia. Venga, la continuidad del hermano. ¿Cómo vamos de experiencia? Oh, joder, no he ganado una mierda de experiencia, loco. Me cago en la leche. Vale, a ver, todas estas son misiones de Yarilo, al fin y al cabo. Una es de Clara, una es de Hawk y otra es de Natasha. Perdón, joder, macho, la Coca-Cola está subiendo bien. No sé qué hacer, realmente, siendo sincero. Porque, ¿cuánto me dan? 350 cada una. 350 cada una. Necesitamos 3000, más o menos. Pero es que realmente si nos vamos a estos cacharros, vale, a estos, a los cálices, por ejemplo, que es a donde más o menos tengo que farmear, que por cierto, no sé ahora mismo cuál farmearme. Que creo que iba a hacer Natasha, o sea, creo que iba a subir a Natasha para que tuviera un poquito más de daño. Fijaos, esto da 50. Si yo subo, ¿vale? Esto se multiplica por 6. Esto son 300. Hacer 6 de estos, que no es mucho, realmente son 60, ya digo. Son 60. Hacer 6 de estos equivale a hacer esta misión. Equivale a hacer cualquier misión. Es en plan de, acabas haciendo más experiencia por esto que por las misiones. Que por cierto, también luego está, que nunca me acuerdo, ¿dónde coño está esto? Está estos, 260, 260, 260, 260 y 260. Son 260 por 5. Cada día tú por hacer esto, que son las diarias básicamente, obtienes 1000. Obtienes 1300. O sea, yo mañana aquí voy a obtener 1300. Y de hecho, no solamente voy a obtener 1300. Voy a obtener seguramente 1900, unos 2000. Porque seguramente mañana haga 2 de estos. Haga 120 de estos. Más luego la diaria, más luego tal, más luego cual. O sea, quiero decir, que es en plan de que esto que haces. O sea, el encargo, por ejemplo, el encargo te da experiencia a todo esto. Que por cierto, los encargos yo no sé dónde. No veo dónde coño es. Nunca me acuerdo dónde es. O sea, en el menú, aquí, oye, encargo. O sea, los encargos no, los encargos te dan esto, ya está, no te dan experiencia. Ah, por cierto, tengo un encargo más que hacer. Me acabo de dar cuenta. Son 4 encargos. Lo malo es que los materiales que tengo disponibles ahora mismo, pues, como no me rentan. No sé si me renta farmearme una de estas mierdas, Siendo sincero, ¿esto qué es? Ingrediente básico. Dinero. Ya está, dinero. Que por cierto, estos son como las expediciones de Genshin. Ya podría Genshin aprender de este tipo de expediciones, siendo sincero. Ya podría aprender. Vale, tenía... O sea, estaba pensando hacer ciertas cosas, pero como que me estoy replanteando todo un poco y voy a ver cómo lo oriento, porque sí, llegamos a nivel 34, podemos seguir historia, pero por ejemplo, aquí tenemos nivel 35 creo que era. Sí, en el 35 tenemos una multi y todo esto, nos faltan 2 niveles, realmente es poquito, pero no veo que obtenga tanto, ¿sabéis? O sea, luego está el mundo simulado. En lo que me tengo que concentrar básicamente es en mejorar a los personajes. Y ya digo, la segunda personaje que seguramente mejore, seguramente sea Natasha por el tema de curaciones y tal, o hasta hasta para aprovechar un poquito el tema de su bonificador, básicamente. Que, por cierto, ¿cuál es? ¿Este? No. Este. Vale, que Natasha al fin y al cabo hace esto. Joder, es de las mejores buffes. Y de hecho es un personaje que se está dando mucha will que hablar. Así que no sé qué hacer. Tengo que ponerme un poquito la idea en la cabeza porque ahora mismo se me acaba de descuadrar un poquito la mente. Así que nada, voy a ver qué hago y ya está. Lo bueno que tiene este juego es que el farmeo propiamente del juego es muy rápido y muy automático. O sea, puedo ponerme a farmearlo y ya está. Y de hecho ya digo, con que me ponga a farmear 4 mierdas, seguramente el nivel lo acabe subiendo. Así que nada más. Venga, voy a dejar por aquí.